and letting go of what is not serving. And just one more breath, breathing in light and letting go of fear. And we call in the God, Goddess, all that is of the highest light. We call in our higher self and I am presence, anchoring them within us today for the highest consciousness possible for each one of us. We call in the divine masters of light of the highest energies, closest to God, Goddess, all that is. We call in the archangels of light and the Elohim of light. And we welcome you. We welcome all of the beings of light and star beings that are here assisting us today. And we are so grateful for your presence. And we shall begin. Hi, everybody. I'm so grateful for everyone here today. I was really nervous yesterday, but I'm realizing today it's all friends, so there's really nothing to be nervous about. We're going to cry a lot today. If you're a crier. If you're not a crier, that's fine too. A lot of releasing. And I'm sure many of you felt all these, the negative things coming up and out of our bodies. And if you didn't feel it, that's just great too. But if you had a rough week, we know why. Particularly, it started on Tuesday, actually Sunday, a couple days before the full moon. We really started bringing in some key codes and sacred geometries and different things, which were then pushing out other things. So a lot of people were feeling physical headaches and stomach aches and things in whatever areas ailing you in your body. And then also fears and anxieties were coming up. And a lot of you expressed that to me over the weekend. It's all ending and accumulating. So the good news is the solstice is really all about bringing in really lots of light into your body. Okay? There was the solstice itself is enhancing a portal that opened anyway based on where Earth is moving and where we are going into the golden age. And this portal aligns us with the greater sun. And the greater sun, the suns beyond the suns, beyond the suns. This greatest sun is where God is. Okay? So just let that sink in. And so what's happening is Earth is expanding now, and she is turning into the center of our solar system and is becoming a sun. And that is what's happening to all of us. And then the cosmic sun is going to become the greater sun, and the greater sun is going to become even a greater sun. So this expansion that we're having isn't just about me and you, it's that big. It's that big of an expansion. So that is why it's so profound, and that is why we're feeling it so much. And that is why it's so very exciting when we're doing it.
What we do here affects all that is. So thank you.
Yes, each one of us. So that is the reality, but we're going to back up a little bit before we get into all that and talk about the winter solstice itself. So the winter solstice itself is the darkest day. So today is the darkest day of the year. But this is the last one of the darkest times. We've just stepped out of those darkest times. The 26th of January is the new reality that we just talked about, really anchoring in. So this is the last solstice that's going to feel this rough. So that's exciting for all of us. And what I was explaining to many that I talked to, this is a time for going inward. And you're still going to go inward all the way pretty much till in February. So it's a time to honor that. It's a time to keep letting this stuff come out. When you catch yourself doing things, it's to say, hey, I am that. And then start letting it go. It leaves that quick. You start to say, just because of becoming aware of it starts changing the electrons in your body. So like yesterday when I learned that I'm a perfectionist fool, I didn't know that. But somebody else had it. We talked on the phone. I was like, yeah, I have that a little. No, I have it a lot. So I was grateful to learn that because then it frees you. I start seeing it in a different way. The flower doesn't have to be perfect in the vase, although I thought it did. She helped me there. Although she probably wanted, I pushed her button, I'm sure, so you know how it works. But then she got to see her stuff, and it all was wonderful, isn't it? So that's the fun of where we are today, and really getting these negative things out of us and seeing them and letting them go instead of just holding them in and walking around and keep creating that reality. Because we know we create our reality through our intentions and how we feel and so forth. So today is a big, big releasing. So everything we wrote on those papers, all the deepness that we're pulling up is really we asked what were the great things that occurred this year, and there was a consensus that went on the entire, like pretty much through everybody. And the biggest one was making new friends. That so many of us have, as we keep advancing and awakening, we are making more and more friends that are also awoken, and that makes it really fun. We talk about all these weird things like the aliens coming in, letting go of your fears, not judging each other, and really being around that energy and vibration is really assisting each one of us. So lots of people said that. They said, I'm so grateful for the new friends, and particularly when you lose old friends because you're not doing the same things that you used to do, because you don't want to be in those negative energies. It's so fun to have more. So if that is an intention today, to keep making new friends, add that to your paper because it's a lot of fun. Spirituality was another thing people said happened over the past year, that things really started to change for them, that they felt gratitude more, that they were letting go of old relationships that weren't working, letting go of jobs that weren't working anymore, moving into other aspects of who they truly are. And also just getting unstuck on certain things. Other people said their hearts opened and that they were able to stand in their power. And this is so wonderful because maybe we didn't even know we weren't standing in our power 3 years ago, or even 2 months ago. They also spoke about loving themselves more, having more of a positive attitude, and then the fun one was learning to really consciously manifest and say. You create it with your thought, and there it is. Except the negative ones we were always creating. They're positive and exciting, and so that was fun. People also said that their gifts were coming forward. People were becoming clairvoyant who weren't clairaudient, clairsentient. People were opening to art that they hadn't known they could do. People were opening to healing gifts that they didn't know they had. People had also gotten certifications in certain things that were assisting them in their life. People were opening new centers or expanding the centers that they have in new ways. So this is all really exciting for the planet. And then the last biggie was health. People lost weight. People started eating healthy. People became gluten-free. People became vegetarian. People were not feeling sick anymore. People were feeling stronger. People were exercising now who weren't. Or just taking walks who never were. And so this is really exciting because the physical body's getting strong there. So we are so grateful for all of that occurred over the year. And any other accomplishments that you had, I summarized them into those 4 main categories. So thank you everyone for that, and we are so, so grateful. All right, so this new reality, we talked about that, and the full moon is assisting us this week also. So a lot is lined up. We have the moon, the solstice, and then just where the planet is anyway. The gateway is open right now that is assisting us today in this releasing, along with the portal, along with the moon and the solstice. So we are in for some fun today. Now, many of you who work with me know that when I talk with the beings, they have said, and during this week it was 100,000 beings at least are going to be here. That is quadruple. So they're not quadruple, they are because we don't understand it completely, but that much energy is here assisting us because of what I said, the sun expanding and this and that. It's not just about us here. They're assisting us with energy today because they want us to succeed, because then they succeed and the next dimensions keep moving. So it's all about Earth and us Earth beings right now. So how profound that we all showed up. I'm like amazed because it was like 20 people, and then sent the email out and it's 51 people here today. All right, so just to recap what we're going to be doing, we're going to do the intentions next, right? We're going to finish the circle. Then we are going to have the meditation, okay? And that is where we're going to go into the different rooms and do the releasing, okay? Before we do that, I'm going to lead a meditation that's going to be a releasing, also getting us ready and getting us in that. And then we are going to do an elixir. Now, elixirs, if you haven't had one, are really real. That's my good way, really real. So what happens is the beings will assist as we amplify that water, and we know that water can change. We've all seen how it changes just by thoughts and so forth. And so it is going to be amplified with an energy that's going to counteract the virus that's in all our bodies. Humanity all has a virus in it that was put in hundreds of thousands of years ago when our planet was falling into the deepest dark, and there were all beings playing what we call it like the intergalactic wars going on. pleasure. We seek instant gratification, and then we're never happy. And you're not happy anyway. You have to get what you think you need. That's part of this whole virus. So today we are going to drink this elixir to counteract that virus. So all you have to do is believe. Let it in and believe. It's energy. The water is going to be amplified with electrons that are just going to begin to affect the electrons in your body, and to really let this virus go, so that you can feel joy and bliss, which is our birthright. And it isn't about seeking things to make us feel good, which we do because we're human and we're under that veil. Today we're beginning the big release of that. We've already begun it. Every one of us has already begun it. Humanity has begun it. This is just a way to amplify it and get it out, and really move your awakening forward, really move who you are forward. Okay? If you feel like you don't want the elixir, don't drink the elixir. If you want the elixir, drink the elixir, okay?
There's no Kool-Aid in it.
Yeah. Okay? All right, and then what's going to happen, we're going to go up to the rooms and do the releasing then, and then we're going to come back down, because at 12:05 is the actual time of the solstice, so we want to be in circle at 12 o'clock, so then we're just going to do an energy healing with Earth. Earth doesn't need healing, but we're sending it to the kingdoms on Earth who may be assisted by those energies. Okay, the Earth herself's fine. So we'll do that, then we're going to have lunch. It's organic, gluten-free, dairy-free, vegetarian, all that stuff for many of us who eat that way. And then the afternoon is all fun stuff. Barb's going to sing. I didn't say that. She's in there singing after Sue and I talk. It's wonderful. We're all going to love that. And then the afternoon, Cassie's going to lead us in a little movement, and Barb may sing again, and Cassie's going to do a mantra, and then we're going into that activation, and then we're going to put the intentions in for the Earth, do a gratitude and a fun closing thing, and then we'll be done for the day. Okay? We're busy. All right.
Well, I think we should start with the intentions. So what I think what I'll do is I'll walk around the circle with a pyramid. For those of you that have your intentions written out, you can stick them right in the pyramid. If you'd like to say your name and what your major intention is for the day, that's fine. If you don't want to share that, that's fine. If you didn't write your intentions for the day, that's fine. Just leave them in the